The story I want to share with you today is titled, Just Because Someone Told You So Doesn't Mean It's True. Back in 1982, I was teaching martial arts since the late 70s, right? But school wasn't doing very well and I needed to take on a job. And so I was ended up taking on a job as painting houses and apartments by day and teaching martial arts in the evening. And the gentleman that hired me was actually one of my students. His name was Paul, and to this day, he's a really good friend of mine. And so my very first day of work, Paul set me up with two other gentlemen, two young guys that were a year or two older than me, and they were going to teach me the ropes of painting. And I remember that the two of them just went off on what a lousy boss Paul was and how he would cheat you on your paycheck, and you better watch him because he'll overwork you and he'll underpay you. And I had, I'd liked Paul, I'd known him for a while, but I also had no reason to doubt these guys. So what happened was every time I'd get my paycheck, I'd compare it against the hours I worked, and it always worked out fine, right? Well, by the way, about a month after I came to work, these guys, both of them one of them ended up quitting, the other one got fired, right? And by the way, what I noticed when I was working with them, and they were showing me what they do to cheat on their time card, and it very quickly became interesting that, oh, maybe it wasn't Paul after all. But I gotta tell you, for the first 6 months, I kept on waiting for that guy they talked about to show up, that dishonest, cheating Paul, and he never showed up. And it took a long time before I realized, no, man, it was them, it wasn't him. And how often have I taken somebody's word about somebody else without really letting them, prove to themselves, prove to me that they were either worthy or not worthy? And so I would challenge you guys just to remember that just because someone told you so, it doesn't mean it's true. And then always question, especially when it's talking about somebody talking bad about somebody else, right? And also know that when you talk bad about somebody else, or you hear somebody talking bad about somebody else, chances are, as soon as you're out of the room, they're talking bad about you as well. And that's why it's so important that if you don't have something nice to say about somebody, try, the rest. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.